Let's talk about the Western Canada Professional Hockey Scouts Foundation celebrating Indigenous hockey coming up here in Regina. September 30th, we're a sponsor of it here on the SportsCage. It's at Connexus. You can get tickets. The website's simple, hockeyscoutsfoundation.com. Colson said he's going to put the link or the QR code up as well. One of the guys speaking that night, great storyteller, has some great stories, joining us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, Rich Pilon, the pride of St. Louis, Saskatchewan. Rich, nice to see you, my man. How are things?
I think they're fantastic. Appreciate you guys having me on here. It's been, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, you know what? And it's on Truth and Reconciliation Day, which is a big deal. You being Métis heritage, and we'll get to some of that in a bit. But just an event, John Morasti, the King brothers, Jordan Tutu, yourself, Brian Trottier, Dave Tiger Williams. Of those guys, Ron Delorme as well. Who's going to be the biggest character? Who's going to tell the biggest story or most stories?
Probably John Morasti. I would say John because I've gotten to know John here in the last little bit, and he's a really good guy. He's a really good storyteller, and he's got some real stories, man. They're actually unbelievable. So I would think it'd be John Morasti.
Well, I actually have a story that I want to ask you about. A good friend of mine that I worked with, a guy by the name of Brad Tippett, who I believe you know very well. Tips was telling me a story one time when you got drafted, your father held a fundraiser to send you off to camp at the Islanders, raising money before you went off to pro camp. Is there any truth to that story?
There is truth to that. We had no money, man. We had no money. Yeah, it's true. Here's even the funnier thing. When I got drafted, because I got drafted out of midget, right? AAA. I was drafted at 17 out of midget because I'd made the Raiders, but I was going to be a seventh defenseman. So Terry, when he brought me in, said I was going to be a seventh defenseman. And I told Terry I didn't want to play for him. I'm not playing for you. I said, I need to play. I said, so I'm going to go back and play midget. So then I get drafted to the Islanders, and I was in Big River, Saskatchewan doing the Pony Chucks. And I had to make a collect call because my dad had called my sister and said, she goes, yeah. He goes, she goes, Rich got drafted. They called like New York. He's supposed to call New York. And my dad didn't believe her. So then I made a collect call to the Islanders head office. And the lady, Joanne Hollowa, took my collect call. She is still there today. She became like the basically the arm of the GM. It's unbelievable. But I actually made a collect call from a payphone in Big River, Saskatchewan.
I think,
oh my goodness.
Wasn't there the story too that I think you told it on the Monday Nooner podcast with us that you getting to New York, like you've probably never been on a plane, and then you went there from the first time from St. Louis, Saskatchewan, and wild, wasn't it?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I didn't think I was coming back down. I actually thought I was going to die because my mom was praying the rosary all the way from St. Louis to Saskatoon, thinking that I'm going to die in this plane. So she had me believing that. I was petrified. And then even when I got to New York, I'd never really seen black people. I was like, oh my God. Then I got to drive. Terry gets me to drive a town car to follow him. I'm like white knuckling it down the like this. It was called the 495 interstate. There's like 4 lanes. And I tell Terry, I'm like, Terry, I go, I don't think I should drive on this. You thought you'll be fine. Like no cell phones, nothing. I was petrified. Yeah. It was just, but once I got into the room, like into the Islander dressing room, and you see like, guys like Smitty and Trottier, Bossy, Clark Gillies, man, everything just goes away. And you just kind of, I couldn't even tell you what I felt because it was so surreal. Yeah, it was amazing.
What made Brian Trottier so good?
He was a 200-foot player. He was a bit nasty. People don't realize about Trots. Like I have this conversation with him. With him because Brian and I have created him and I got something we're doing together. It's called Inspire 365, but it involves the Métis Nation Saskatchewan. And I talked to people the other day, like, because we have Brian that's, I kind of brought him in with to Métis Nation Saskatchewan, and he's such a gem. He's just a great human. And I have him like I told guys, I said, for like, Gretzky charges, I heard, whether it's true or not, it's like supposed to be like a couple $100,000 for just an afternoon with him, right? And he's like, where would Gretzky be? I have Gretzky, Bobby Orr, and Gordie Howe are probably the three at the very top, I would think, right around there. Which order you can argue with people, but then Brian, like I think the hockey world had him as like under like 15th or something like that. He was like almost a 2-point. He was a 2-point guy when he played, and he played over. He's got 7 Stanley Cups, which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
and I have him like probably he might be number 6 all time. And we got him involved. I played a little bit with him, but he's involved with Métis Nation Saskatchewan. This is the extent of a player you have that's very humble, that's almost like when he puts on his rings, he looks at me and he goes, he actually feels bad. I think so he looks at me like people will come and visit with us and he'll be like, oh yeah, there's Rich here. Rich played a long time. I just laugh. I tell Trotz, Trotz, it's okay, man. The accolade you get, man, like those rings, I said, unless you're going to give me one, don't feel bad.
Oh. Now, when he comes here on the 30th, is he bringing the guitar?
I don't know if he is actually. The guy can sing. Did you hear about the singing?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was around the campfire with him and Gillies one night. It went long. Yeah,
well,
it went long.
I didn't know. Like I've heard, like my uncle plays in a band, right? My uncle's in a band. He's like a tribute of the Beatles, and he's a really good singer. So at Back to Batoche days this year, with a guy by the name of Dean Smith out of Prince Albert. My uncle went up and played the guitar for Brian. My uncle comes back to me. My uncle Ovid Pilon's his name. Comes back to me and he goes, have you ever listened to Brian? I said, no, I've never. I heard he's okay though. He goes, okay. He goes, he had my jaw on the ground. The guy can sing. He goes, wow. Like plays hockey. He can sing. Yeah, he's a gem. He's a gem of a guy. And more importantly, he's just so darn humble. It's like, actually unbelievable. He deserves everything he gets. Like, yeah, just an amazing person.
It's coming up September 30th at the Connexus Arts Center, the Western Canada Professional Hockey Scouts Foundation, celebrating Indigenous Hockey Legends. Rich Pilon is with us here, and he's going to be there. But before I let you go, you mentioned with Brian and the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan, also the NHL is big time involved in that too now, right?
Well, no, here's what's happened. So this is going to get announced. We just got the paperwork. So Brian and I, with the support of Métis Nation Saskatchewan, we actually went and did a business proposal about, it's all on truth and reconciliation and growing the game of hockey. And it's never been done before, where we asked them for X amount of dollars. We asked them, and they've came back. Like, we wanted the shield. We wanted the NHL logo, really is what we wanted. And they've never given it out. And this is the first time ever. We just got the paperwork 2 days ago back from them. The partnership is happening. We have 3 years with the NHL. We're going to get their support. We're going to do the whole, basically we're going to grow the game of hockey in northern communities, but going there more than one time. With Métis Nation Saskatchewan Sport, the Louis Riel Cup. We get the Stanley Cup. I believe it's twice a year for the next 3 years to raise dollars. Like it's phenomenal what they're actually doing with us, and it's just amazing. And it's all for youth to really grow the game of hockey, but just get youth back involved in running and just off the couch and get them playing again, right? So yeah,
Rich, it's going to be an awesome night. Thanks for doing this today, telling a few stories, having some fun. Really looking forward to it, and we'll see you in a few short weeks.
Yeah, I love it, and I got a lot of sports stories, man. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna have a lot of good one.
It's good.
All right, see you guys.
You might be coming on again before that, Rich.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's really good. You know what? Anytime you want to have me, reach out. I'm more than welcome. I enjoy you guys. Have been great. So it's awesome. I'm getting more publicity now than when I played. For Christ's sake.
It's all good. The pride of St. Louis, Saskatchewan. Rich.
All right, thanks, guys.
He's
awesome.
He's coming for the Hockey Legends, celebrating Indigenous hockey, September 30th at the Connexus Arts Center. Again, you're looking for tickets, let us know. You can always just send us a DM or text, but it's at hockeyscoutsfoundation.com. Quite the lineup.